you're fired.
All right.
Good to go?
Yeah.
Good, man. Doing good.
Oh, sweet. You were...
Still wearing the hat backwards, huh, man?
Yeah, dude. I'm holding out.
I think...
It is a lame bit that I've been saying on stage that I'm just wearing the hat backwards until I turn 30. But, I mean, there is some truth to it because I've been driving for Lyft and Uber, and I've been just wearing the hat backwards all day while I'm driving people.
Dude, I am only 95% positive that you won't kill yourself on your 30th birthday.
I did ask Amanda, I was like, my wife, I was like, how funny would it be if I killed myself on my 30th birthday? That'd be pretty funny, right?
She loved that, man.
Yeah, she thought it was really funny.
Dude. Yeah, I think you should just keep it going, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't close the curtains.
Oh, man. Dude, that really was something I was worried about for a long time with you.
What?
Not specifically 30, but that like as soon as you started like aging at all, that you'd be like, I gotta kill myself. But then you gained a substantial amount of weight, and it's just like, all right, you'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say gaining a significant amount of weight in your 20s is the equivalent of aging. So it's
You look good though, man.
Thanks.
You look like you lost some weight.
I have. I've lost 30 pounds since
Holy
November.
shit. Dude, that's awesome.
And I just have another 40 to go.
Dude, I've probably gained about 20 pounds since then. I would always make fun of you for like being like, an office job is so hard and it takes a toll on you. But dude, just not moving around while you're at work, like
dude,
you fucking
gained so much weight.
Yes,
dude, working in a cubicle dude. I started working at Comcast like still jacked and in shape.
Yeah.
Amanda and I had been dating for just 3 months when I started working at Comcast.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, I think working there had a ton to do with me gaining weight.
I mean, probably, dude. Like, it is, like, I really wouldn't work out, but I was, like, moving around all day.
Yeah.
And that, like...
Dude, flagging, I would lose. I was in such good shape because, like, my watch would tell me how many steps I've done.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, during the day, if I was just in a spot, I would, like, pace back and forth. Like, in a small, like, 10-foot area. I would just pace back and forth all day just to see the steps go up. And then it would tell me how many calories I burned. And so while I was working, I was just trying to burn as many calories as I could.
Dude, I fucking hated flagging. That sucked, dude.
Dude,
that was so boring.
Well, yeah, dude, you were there for a pretty boring time, too.
Yeah, when they were doing construction in the suburbs. But, like, god damn, dude. I would smoke, like, a pack and a half a day just because I was, like, bored. I was like, that's literally something to do.
Yeah, my thing was to listen to podcasts while working.
Yeah.
And so I would put my phone in my vest, play a podcast, and then whenever, like, the boss would drive up in his truck, I would just hit pause on my phone, on my watch.
Yeah.
And so he didn't know I was listening to a podcast.
Yeah.
Sneaky. But that's, podcast is what got me through that job.
Yeah.
Dude, if I was working in a place where there was, like, I worked for, like, 6 months, I worked at a job that was an hour and a half away from my house, and there was no cell service whatsoever. That was rough, because, I mean, I wouldn't be able to listen to anything all day.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't get any of my phone calls or text messages, and sometimes I would do, like, 12-hour shifts. And then as I'm driving home, my phone would just blow up from everything I missed during the day.
Yeah. Well, that was, like, back then, man. I mean, I never did it because I hated flagging so much. But that was, like, if you could stomach it, I mean, you really could get, like, basically as much overtime as you wanted.
Yeah, dude.
That's, like, for a young guy,
that's... My first, like, month, I had multiple weeks where I did 70-plus hours.
Yeah.
And so getting paychecks that were, like... I mean, I wasn't getting paid a lot of money, so it was, like, paychecks that were, like, $800 a week. But I was like, holy crap, this is insane.
Yeah, dude.
Now that doesn't sound like a crazy amount of money. But I think also when I started, I was making like $14 an hour.
Yeah.
And that's when the minimum wage in Washington was $9 an hour. And
Yeah.
so it like felt really good. But now, since minimum wage is like $17 an hour in Washington.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, man.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I know you've like evolved on the idea of like minimum wage.
Uh-huh.
But it is like a crazy idea that just like, oh, there's poor people out there, so what we'll do is we'll force people to pay them more, and that will fix it. It's just like such like a fourth grade. It's like a fourth grader's idea on how to fix poverty.
Well, the problem with it is just, it's like a dumb, retarded child. Because, so if the cost of like a one bedroom stayed at $500, that would be sick.
Yeah.
There'd be no poor people then, other than like junkies. But that's not how it fucking works.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I think when I was 20 and I worked at a steel mill, making like $9.30 an hour, but then like 20 hours overtime every week, I made less money than I make now, but I had way more spending power.
Yeah.
Because my apartment was like $450 a month, so I would have like almost $2,000 to do whatever the fuck I wanted with.
Dude,
man.
it's those greedy landlords.
Yeah. It's filthy landlords.
Dude, I do like talking to people who are like communists who are like, dude, we should kill our landlords. That would be...
I kind of want to kill my... No, I'm just kidding.
Can you say it into the microphone? I mean, my landlords, they're dumb because they're like, they're elderly, so they make us pay by checks. We have to drop checks into a drop box.
Dude, that sounds better than what I got, man. So the place that I live in, it's owned by a guy who hired a rental company to, take care of cashing all the checks and whatever.
Uh-huh.
But also, there's an HOA in my condo complex.
Oh, yeah, dude, that
so,
sucks.
like, the division of responsibility makes it basically impossible to get any maintenance done. Fucking sucks, dude.
Dude, I have to get maintenance. Our bathroom, whenever we shower, water is leaking from our shower into our bathroom downstairs, dripping from the ceiling.
Dude, that's why, man, you and me both, man, we gotta just buy pieces of land. Like, seriously, buy a piece of land, put a fucking trailer on it. I mean, dude, that's the move, I think. And then, like, slowly build, because, dude, I hate to agree with the commies, but landlords do fucking suck, man.
Yeah, no, they do suck. I am pumped on that idea, but finding land where you can just put a trailer on and live in a place where you can just do comedy, that sounds pretty hard.
I mean, it depends, dude. Like, I don't really know, like, New Jersey and here, or whatever. I don't really know how it works, but I mean, like, in Spokane, there are places that are pretty isolated.
Yeah.
That are still, like, only 15 minutes from downtown.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'd be...
Spokane. I mean, that's why
True.
I'm not going back to Spokane.
No. But I'm saying, like, I think it's possible in bigger cities to find something that's, like...
Yeah. Out of town. Maybe in Texas.
Yeah.
Go to Austin. Do stand up there.
I mean...
Do open mics with 80 people on the list.
Yeah, and then realize that it was a terrible mistake and then kill myself.
Dude, that is a fear. That's why, like, I've said many times, like, Utah is my destination unless, like, I've picked up, like, significant steam in stand-up. If I start picking up steam, then I'll move to New York. But, dude, I'm not going to go to, like, open mics in Brooklyn and just, like, grind it out. Like, that sounds so awful.
Well, dude, I mean, honestly, I think that it would be cool to go visit New York and do mics. Like, maybe even, like, you know, there's, like, companies where you can, like, rent somewhere for, like, 3 months kind of thing and, like, live there for, like, a season. But, like, dude, so if you're big enough of a comic that you could afford a not shithole in New York, there's no reason for you to have to move there.
Yeah.
And, like, dude, can you imagine? I mean, like, okay, you know, if you move to New Jersey, maybe it'll be fine. But like, can you imagine now living in even shittier apartments than like we lived in when we were 19?
Yeah.
And like, well, you got a wife too, man.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be rough. But part of it is, and who knows, like Austin can evolve. Like people might start popping from Austin. But besides like Kill Tony regulars, there still is no one who like has emerged from Austin who's like a big time headliner now.
That's true.
And so if the Austin scene starts popping and like there's dudes who are just out there crushing it and they are Austin comics and started in Austin and whatever.
Yeah.
And they went through the whole like open mic process there and got their chops that way. Then maybe I'll consider Austin. But it's like, dude, every comic I enjoy right now is coming out of New York. So that's why it feels like the place to be.
I mean, I do agree with you. All of the comics are they are basically New York comics. But like, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it'd be different for you guys because Amanda has family out there.
Yeah.
And so that'd be kind of cool for her too. I think I have one.
Yeah, we gotta hang out with them before they die.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
Just kidding. They probably might watch this.
No, they're gonna live forever, man. No, I mean that's it's all hypothetical, but I mean, I honestly, dude, for me, it's more than comedy. I feel like Texas would be a really fun place to live. I feel like because I mean, in New York, if a guy with AIDS wants to fuck you in the asshole, it's a hate crime if you don't let him. I don't know. That doesn't really.
I don't know. That's basically Austin.
It's true.
Texas.
But at least in Austin, you can own a handgun. You know what I mean?
True. Oh,
so after he has his way with you,
I'll have to hide my guns in New York.
I think that's a terrible idea. I think you should probably loan your gun to someone else, like maybe Amanda's grandparents, when you live there, dude.
Nah, dude, so they can shoot me. Well, dude, so I'm pumped to have you back.
Yeah,
it's basically a new episode because everything that was on this podcast before it was videoed, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, like I think maybe 10 people listened to my episode, and it was mostly your dad.
You had like 65 downloads your episode.
Dude, hell yeah!
So it wasn't bad. I mean, 65 people listened, and I think 20 of them made it all the way to the end. So,
fuck yeah!
With Colin's episode, I was pumped because it had 500 downloads, and 120 made it all the way through. Listened to 100% of the episode.
Dude, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This is starting to build steam.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, dude, I am excited. So let's get into the questions, though.
Okay.
Have you ever been fired from a job before?
Basically, like 90% of the jobs I've had, I think, I've been fired from.
That's sick. That's that's really cool.
That is cool.
Dude, you're really sticking it to the man.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Fuck it. Rebel, dude.
So, what's the worst job you've ever worked?
Well, probably the most depressing one was moving dead bodies. That was a bummer.
Dude, that's a wild one.
Yeah. Do you want me to just...
Yeah, dude.
Okay. So, I was an undertaker's assistant, which... so basically, if someone dies before 911's called, instead of taking an ambulance out of circulation, they just hire a private contractor to move the body to the morgue. And I got hired by one of those guys to help him move the bodies. And, generally you can't plan when people die. So I would just get a call from him like, hey, fucking another old piece of shit died. And then I'd go and move a dead body.
That sounds like fun. Were they ever, like, really gross?
Oh, yeah, dude. People are, I mean, like, a lot of them...
Well, people, like, shit themselves when they die, right? That's what I've heard.
So not always, like, a lot of people that we picked up were people that, like, OD'd on drugs. So it was, like, a lot of, like... And, you know, when you...
That's funny.
That's hilarious. But when you... a lot of times when you OD, your body gets really hot and you panic.
Uh-huh.
So there's, like, a lot of naked people that, like, overdosed on, like, heroin that we'd have to pick up. So that was fun.
Well, at least they were skinny because they were on heroin.
Oh, man. Yeah. So that was probably the worst job, I think.
Dude, when they die with clothes on, though, what do you do with the clothes? You just transport the body, take it to the
we
morgue.
don't take the clothes off, dude.
Yeah, but someone at the morgue eventually does.
Well, someone at the morgue does.
What do they do with those clothes?
I don't really know.
Do they give it back to the family? Or
you know, I don't know. I actually only went into the morgue once because it was this guy who weighed probably like 400 pounds. So, like, I had to not only load up the body with him, but I also had to help him move it into the actual morgue.
Dude, that sounds rough.
Oh, dude. That one was depressing too, man. Because that guy had been dead for like a month. It was like his landlord didn't get his rent check. That's the only reason we found his body. It was... Oh, man. Oh. I threw up
rotten
like...
fish.
Dude, I threw up like 3 times. And the cop who was there, he gave me like a mask to filter out the smell. And he was like, it's all right, buddy. And he like tried to give me a card to talk to a counselor about it. Yeah.
Dude, that's a fun job. I just imagine you outside the morgue just chain smoking.
Dude, also, I told this story last time, but I feel like I should throw it in too. It's like there was one time where the Undertaker didn't come with, so it was me and another assistant.
Uh-huh.
And the person we picked up had committed suicide with a shotgun, and they like held it up to their head. So like they didn't have a face; they exploded their head. Like if you're gonna kill yourself, that's the way to do it, man. Shotgun right to the face. So his whole family was there, and obviously they were really sad.
Uh-huh.
But this fucking idiot kept trying to like joke around with me. He's like, "Oh man, I hate my job. Mondays, right?"
Dude, that's funny.
Dude, even the cop there was like, "Hey, his family's right there. Shut the fuck up."
Dude, that guy should be a comic. That's really funny.
Oh man.
Also, dude, you should not do a shotgun because I'll have to show you. I have
Okay.
to like look it up on my phone. But there was this chick who tried to kill herself with a shotgun, and she blew her face off and survived.
Damn, dude. Oh god, damn. Oh, dude, and she like her eyes are probably gone, so she can't even like give it a second shot. Oh man.
Oh, dude, they've reconstructed her face since then, so she looks like infinitely better. But
Wait, that's the reconstruction?
yeah, so she looks way better. But I saw clips of her when it like first happened. She was just a gaping hole like coming out of her.
Ah, dude. Well, I guess that's her punishment.
And she can't see anything. Like, obviously, she doesn't have... Those are fake eyes that they put in just for aesthetics.
Dude, oh man, she was... God damn. This is really... I mean, you can't... So the camera can't see the picture, but before she did that, she was really good looking.
Dude, yeah.
Now she looks like a middle-aged librarian. Oh man. Well, that's God's punishment for her, I guess.
Yeah, dude. Maybe she won't have to go to hell for killing herself.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well...
I mean, dude, you were raised Catholic.
Yeah.
So do you think if you attempt suicide... Because suicide's a sin in Catholicism, right?
Yes.
So if you try to kill yourself, though, and you and you botch it, I assume that God is less mad at you, right? Because you didn't do it right.
Well, yeah, because then you can go to the priest with your mangled face back. My God, God.
And the priest's like, that's like 20,000 Hail Marys, you piece of shit.
Yeah. God damn, I wonder if that's ever happened.
You depressed piece of shit.
Dude, I wonder if that's ever happened. Like, someone did try to kill themselves and then went to confession afterwards.
Dude, that'd be really funny. It is funny that God hates depressed people.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Yeah, dude, I get it though. I get why God doesn't like the depressed people are a bummer.
Yeah, dude, so he doesn't want those guys in heaven, man. Yeah, making everyone sad.
Everyone out.
Oh man, yeah, getting raped by demons. That's more their speed. Dude, I honestly don't even know with Catholicism because, like, I was raised Catholic, and like I culturally identify with it, but like, dude, I don't even actually know the doctrines. Like, I know that that's a thing. I've heard people say that it's a sin to kill yourself, but I don't even know if that's true.
Yeah. Well, the new pope is pretty progressive.
New pope is dope as hell, man.
Yeah.
I like that guy, dude. It's so there's a thing with the pope. When you meet him, traditionally you're supposed to kiss his ring, and this new pope is a cool pope, so he doesn't like that. So there's a video of him walking with all these little old Italian ladies, and they keep trying to kiss his ring, and he's just fucking pimp slapping all these old ladies.
Dude, did you see like that? It was a fake picture, but everyone thought it was real, of like the Pope wearing like a bougie like white coat. Did you see that?
Yeah. Oh man,
dude, so many people were convinced it was real. I was. I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Dude, man, I think that the Pope is dope as hell, and he's definitely not part of the Illuminati. Dude, so did you ever? Probably not, but did you ever see The Young Pope?
No.
So it's the show where it's a 40-year-old American guy. He becomes Pope, and they all assume he'll be super liberal, but he's actually like takes the church back to the Middle Ages. And one thing he does,
where the priests are just fucking everyone.
So he, well, kind of, but he makes it so it's against the doctrine of the church. You can't be gay and be a priest. So then a bunch of gay priests around the world kill themselves, and I hope the next pope does that. I think that'd be sick, man.
Dude, I do like that. Catholic God hates depressed people and gays. Like, two people who are going to ruin the party.
Well, you know, and I don't want to talk shit about Catholicism because it's the one true church, and you know you're a heretic and you're going to hell. But it's funny. So in Vatican II, that's the most recent reform in the church. One of the biggest things was that it's a sin to have gay sex, but it's not a sin to be gay. And that's like on the surface, that's like for the 50s, that's actually like
very
pretty
progressive.
Yeah. But I think in reality what happened is there just happened to be a ton of gay priests at that time, and they're like, hey, it's not so bad to be gay.
Dude, when I was a missionary, I was in the missionary training center, and we had a talk on I got sick, so me and my companion, we walked from the missionary training center to the BYU pharmacy. It was like the one time we were allowed off the missionary training center campus. And as we were walking back, this dude approached us and was like, hey, elders, how are you guys doing? And we're like, cool. And he was like, I was a missionary once, just like you guys, so hope you guys have fun on your missions. And then he's like, I don't go to church anymore. And we were like, oh no, this is like this is what we've been training for. We got to help this guy. And
you guys are just so excited.
Dude, I was pumped. I was like, dude, we're going to bring this guy back. And I'm like, why don't you go to church? And he was like, I'm gay. And I was like, ah! Dude, I wrote a letter home, and I read like my old mission letters with Amanda recently. And in the letter, it said, the guy said he was gay, and I was horrified. I wrote that to my family. I was horrified. And then we went back to our class on campus, mm-hmm. and we're in our classroom, and we're talking. We go to the MTC instructor, and we're like, something crazy just happened. And we told him what happened. And then he's like, all right, elders. He's like, is it a sin to be gay? And 9 out of 12 of us were like, yes, it's a sin to be gay. And then he told us, he was like, basically, you know, what was progressive in the 50s for Catholics. Uh-huh. This is in 2012. And he's like, no, it's a sin to do homosexual things, but to have those feelings isn't a sin. Yeah. And basically the same as Catholics. And I was like, oh man, the church is really progressive. And then in 2012, I was like, that's really...
Well, that's
really nice.
Yeah, that's just a bunch of gay guys trying really hard not to be gay. That's all that is. Dude, I want to find like a couple of 19-year-old missionaries from like a small little village in southern Idaho and just run up to them like, I'm gay.
No. Dude, I am shocked at the sheer number of dudes who were in my mission who are now gay.
That doesn't shock me at all, man.
I know, but when you're a 19-year-old missionary and you're with other missionaries, you're like, we're all devoted to the cause, man. And
oh man, yeah, it does seem like there's a lot of, maybe not a lot, just because we're doing stand-up in Utah, maybe that's why it seems like it, but a lot of people who went on missions and then immediately afterwards were like, hey, I'm gonna fucking start smoking cigarettes and penises.
Yeah, like in Utah. I mean, we got Scott Fillmore in West Austin. And
nah, I don't know why you would say West Austin. I don't know what that has to do with anything we're talking about. Guy's straight as hell, man. Yeah, dude. Religion's pretty gay. Just all around.
So, let's move
You gonna denounce Mormonism?
I was like, nah, dude.
Okay. What's the next question?
Religion is the opposite of gay. We kick out the gays.
Sometimes.
It's straight as hell.
Some religions are pretty gay, though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go to an evangelical church now, man. See, it's either really gay or, you know,
really straight.
Yeah.
They're super dude there. Yeah, dude, they're very straight. So, wanted to ask you. I asked you what's the worst job you've ever worked. What is your favorite job you've ever done?
Well, my job right now, which I won't say where I work because I might actually get fired. My job right now is sick as hell, dude. I work at home. I get to work in my underwear. And, yeah, I just do a little bit of work on Excel and, you know, can take a nap whenever I want. Pretty sick.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah. Because I, you know, when I was younger, like, I worked, when I was in my early 20s, I was a juvenile corrections officer. And, like, that was a job where all the guys I worked with, we would all drink after work. Uh-huh. And, like, we spent a lot of time together, even off the clock. And I'm at, like, a point in my life now, I have really no interest in becoming friends with my coworkers unless they're also comics. So, like, it's pretty sick to have, like, limited interactions with the people you work with. Yeah, dude.
Dude, forgot you. I mean, I didn't forget, but yeah, you did work at a juvie, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
What was the best and worst part of being a corrections officer?
Well, I mean, honestly, most days it was pretty easy, man. I would just like play basketball with the kids and card games. The worst part was, so a lot of the kids were like, obviously had mental health issues because they were doing meth or whatever.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah. Like there was one kid one time who I don't even remember what he was upset about, but he wouldn't come out of his cell and he covered up the window in his cell. And when they do that, we have to go in and get him because the fear is that if we can't see him, that maybe they'll kill themselves.
Uh-huh.
What he did is he stripped down naked, covered himself in his own shit. And then when I went in there to handcuff him, because I was the only male officer there, so I had to be the one to handcuff him because he was naked. He like scratched at me, and then his shit got into my bloodstream. Oh man, that was great. I didn't have health insurance right then, so I had to go to a free clinic to get all my medicine for that dude.
Dude, that's funny.
Oh man, and that was he was a Native American person of color, and that's the only time in my life that I've thought like a legitimate racist thought for a second. You fucking...
Come on, say it.
Oh man, I was real racist there for a second, dude.
Dude, that's funny. I'm losing my train of thought. I had something to follow up with that. Oh yeah, dude, you remember I went to a free clinic recently? Mm-hmm. 'Cause I thought I was having heart attacks, and
right.
I showed up to the clinic, and I was the only white dude. So I found out like free clinic is just code for Mexican clinic. And then the nurse brings me back to the exam room, and the doctor comes in and looks at me and says, "Do you have a patient with you?" And I was like, "Dude, I am the patient." And the dude, he was like horrified at his mistake. He was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." And then, but he made it worse because he was like, "You look like a patient. You look like a volunteer." That's what he said. "You look like a volunteer."
Oh man. Well, I mean, to be fair to him, you do look like a guy who grew up much wealthier than you did. And also, that guy is probably racist, you know? So.
Yeah, that was fun. Dude, I went to an open mic right after that. Mm-hmm. Like, that was funny what happened. That was funny. And so I decided to talk about that on stage, and then I got called racist.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Because I was perpetuating the stereotype that Mexicans are poor.
Was it someone that we know that you are cool with saying, or...
Oh, say the mic. It was a Java Junkie. It's the gay ass baristas.
Oh, right.
Like the 20-year-old something they thems that pretend to have autism. They decided that me saying a fact that I was the only white dude at the clinic.
It
yes,
said that.
It said. Yeah. So.
Dude, those are like, the other day, I haven't like done like online trolling stuff in like eight or 9 years. And the other day I decided to step back into it. I don't know why, because I like have a chick now, so it's weird that I would do that. But it was like a TikTok video of like showing like a toxic relationship, like where the guy's toxic. And then I just like commented, you know, that's just called keeping a woman in line. You know, women have smaller brains than us, so we have to tell them what to do. And oh man, there was like a bunch of young chicks who got really upset, and I was like, oh man, this isn't even fun.
Dude, they're so easy to get.
Well, that's the thing. It's like at least when we were young and chicks our age, like in our early 20s, even if they would be like, you're not funny, instead of you are serious and you're a monster.
Yeah, dude.
It's like,
well, dude, it's because these retarded chicks are taught that like everything, like the world is very sexist, and the patriarchy's coming for you. And so, like, they're taught that, and they believe that. And so then when they see you making a joke, they're like, this is what I was trained for. Like, and so they're like, attack.
You know, maybe I'm doing a service. Maybe I made all those chicks' days, you know? It finally happens.
Yeah, dude. They're like, they're out there, like, waiting for it to happen. And then they're like, finally, the patriarchy. But, dude, I mean... when these chicks too, like when they think that there's like all this like rampant sexism out in the world, like 90% of the time it's just dudes like you trolling. Like it's
well, anything on the internet probably.
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't know. I probably shouldn't do that again. I'm fucking 30, but dude, like it's.
Can I talk about a funny troll that I did this week?
Sure.
So this chick commented on one of my videos, and I'll read it. So she commented, and she got mad at Colin on TikTok for making fun of the retarded pedophile that he caught. And so she
gotta stand up for them, man.
She said, "This is the guy.
Maps unite.
This is the guy whose TikTok I sent you." She tagged a friend with the video and comments that make fun of handicapped people. This is a clip of me and Colin on the podcast. I'm making fun of handicap. Then I watched more, even worse. Don't worry, I'm going to get him exposed soon by a large creator. But can we please take a minute to just look and laugh at the guy? I laughed so hard, I thought I'd bless you with some humor as well. And then I commented, and I said, well, were they funny handicap jokes? And then she said, the only funny handicap joke is you. And I said, why would it be Then I said, why would it be funny if I were handicapped? And then she said, you're not? And then I said, so you do think it's funny to make fun of handicapped people? ... I said, you're a bad person. And then she started DMing me.
Oh, yeah.
And I trolled her for like a whole day. And then after a while of like trolling and like telling her that she's a bad person for making fun of handicapped people.
She killed herself?
Well, dude, so the fun thing is eventually Colin told me that she was mad about the pedophile. I didn't know. I just thought Colin was making just general retard jokes. And then I found out that she was simping for a pedophile. So I switched it, and I was like, hey, Colin told me that you were upset that he was about the pedophile, and I'm on your side. I think that dude is cool as fuck. And Colin was being a real dickhead with that guy, so... And then it just broke her brain. And she's like, I'm not saying it because I think pedophiles are cool, but I'm against ableism in all of its forms.
I mean, to be fair to her, all but I think 2 of the people that Colin has caught have literally been retarded.
Yeah, dude. And then I said, dude, she lost her shit because I said, well, being attracted to children, that's a mental disorder, so making fun of them in general is ableism, right? So everything Colin does is ableism. And she's like, why would you bring children to this? You're a disgusting human. And then I was like, I mean, you're the one defending pedophiles. And then I said, yeah, I was like, and then I just sent a message. I said, all pedophiles are retarded. And I hadn't dropped the R word yet. So she lost her shit. And she's like, oh, so you think you can call handicapped people retarded? You just call all handicapped people retarded? And I said, no, just you and pedophiles. And she's like, I'm sending this to a large creator who has 1 million followers. I've screenshotted all of our messages, and you're going to be canceled. And I was like, I don't even have 700 followers, so like, please cancel me. That would be awesome.
Dude, that would be so good for you, man.
That would help me so much. And then
also, what? Look at this piece of shit. He thinks it's okay to make fun of pedophiles.
Dude, she's gonna send. She said that me saying all pedophiles are retarded is gonna ruin me. So, dude, that's how dumb like these young chicks are who are like ultra woke. Like, they're on another level that they're, like, defending pedophiles. And, like, he said retarded, so we gotta ruin him.
Well, the thing I don't get, dude, is not anything to do with, like, political beliefs. It's just, like, literally, even if you think it's not like if you think it's not funny, saying you're not funny makes sense to me, but like not understanding that is like being silly is crazy to me.
Yeah.
I do not understand that at all.
It's pretty wild.
I know. Women are all retarded, so, you know.
Whoa.
Except for our chicks. Our chicks are cool. But
Yeah, they're cool. Except when they're not.
Yeah.
Dude, so we talked about, I think I asked you what your favorite job is. That's the one you're doing right now.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing you've ever done at a job? Like the worst employee thing you've ever done?
The worst employee thing I've ever done, and I gotta word this carefully, I guess, but actually, no, I don't want to say that.
Oh, dude, so you know it's bad.
Well, it's not bad. I just, well, whatever. Miranda's not going to listen to this, so it doesn't matter. But, like, when I was working at Martin Hall, I was dating one of my coworkers. Uh-huh. And sometimes we would go into the kitchen and have sex.
Dude, I need to remove this question from the podcast. Because it is the most boring question, because every answer is I've had sex while working or jerked off while working.
Well,
that's 90%.
Well, I mean, those are, like, you know, I mean, like, what, unless you did something, like, crazy illegal, then it's going to be boring. And if it's crazy illegal, unless you're retarded, you're not going to say it, you know? Yeah.
But you've been fired from every job, so you've had to have done some pretty bad employee things.
Well, I mean, the bad employee things that I generally have done is just be really lazy and not show up on time. Like, you know, my last job before this one, I actually got promoted up to, like, a management position. And I got my own office. But then I just coasted, and I would watch YouTube videos for, like, 6 hours. So after 8 months, they were like, yeah, it's probably...
Well, that's fun. Dude, I'm going to edit this out, but I got to go take a piss. I'll be right back. Okay.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet.
We're gonna bring the soundproofing.
Ah, fuck. Sorry, dude. I keep forgetting.
It's all right. Okay, and with the power of editing, we are back.
Okay.
So we'll get into, like, the meat of the questions here. Okay. So the first question I have, if you were a terrorist, what building would you bomb?
Anywhere in the world?
Yeah, anywhere.
Temple Square.
Dude, that was weak.
Dude, I don't know. I would never be a terrorist because I love this country. and I'm a patriot.
Well, what if
so-
it's just a terrorist? I mean, dude, let's say that you are. Wait. Yeah. They were the good guys. The IRA. We were just trying to get the filthy Protestants out. Like, we really wanted to strike fear into people.
Probably the St. Lucius orphanage.
Is that a Catholic
Oh, good point.
orphanage?
Oh shit! I'd be a bad terrorist, man.
All right, dude, you're fired. I'm a terrorist. You can't.
I mean, I have. Sorry, I don't really have a funny answer. I'm okay. Do you want my real answer?
What's your real answer?
It's not funny, but it's my real answer.
Yeah.
If I was a terrorist,
Your real answer could be funny.
probably the Federal Reserve. It's probably yeah.
Dude, that's going. You're on a list.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not funny. It's just
When this
factual.
gets published here. Yeah.
What would you bomb, man?
Dude, I don't know, man. Probably some children's hospital or something. I think you're on the right track. Just really stick it to your enemies, you know?
Oh man, that's true. Because then a bunch of people would kill themselves. So it's like more damage. It's smart.
Yeah.
Dude, we could do this, man.
Yeah. Don't make us do it. Don't steal another election. Just kidding. I didn't vote for Trump.
Neither did I.
Dude, who is your least favorite black person of all time?
Least favorite black person of all time? Just one?
I know, there's so many to choose from.
Probably. Who's that one guy? Don Lemon.
Don Lemon.
Yeah. Because
You really hate the libtards, don't you?
well, like, my parents are, old people.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of old people during, like, the pandemic, they got really into Fox News. My parents are the opposite. They got super into CNN. They, basically worship Don Lemon now. It really upsets me.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
also, he's a rapist.
he wasn't as cool as Brian
Stelter?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was sick, man. Dude, I wonder where that guy is now.
He's speaking at the World Economic Forum. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I like to imagine that after he did his speech, they paid him $250,000 or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But then they took him into a dungeon, and everybody just took turns, just fucking, ookie cookied him. You know what I mean?
I guess so. I don't get why that would be.
Because he's their
That's
bitch.
not how they repay their humble servants.
Unless they're really into that, man.
I guess so. So you're saying Brian Stelter is really into...
He's a cum pig.
Dude. So your least favorite black person all time, Don Lemon.
I think so.
Dude, I was expecting Rosa Parks or something, but...
That would have been funny. Oh, man, that would have been good. Well...
The Black Power Ranger.
Well, I mean, you can't get mad at him, man. That was, he just saw a job opening and he took it. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's when we were, like, at our least racist. America as a country. The 90s with Power Rangers that were...
Yeah, and they had...
The colors all coordinated with their race. That was...
this wasn't a thing in the Power Rangers, but there was, I think it was College Humor, but they had a green Power Ranger and he was Jewish. That was pretty good. Dude, I think that would be a good, if you wanted to be sneaky about your anti-Semitism, you just call Jewish people greenies. You know what I mean?
Is that what you do?
I mean, I wouldn't do that. I love Jews, but I'm just saying if you wanted to be anti-Semitic and sneaky about it, that'd probably be a good way.
I did. I had Max Bamey on last week.
Yeah.
And I talked about you for a second.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Clay, his grandma was in the Holocaust. Because Max Bamey has Jewish relatives.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, Clayton does too. His grandma survived the Holocaust. And he was like, that's shocking.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, good. It's kind of like, in Australia, like in America, the plan with the Native Americans was to eradicate them, right? In Australia, their plan was just to have sex with them until you couldn't tell they existed anymore, you know?
I assume that didn't work.
Well, no. But, like, that's kind of like my bloodline. Like, you can't tell, man.
In high school, you could. When you had to grow your hair out, you had the curls in it.
Yeah, my hair's not curly anymore, which... So, like, I decided I'm going to keep growing my hair for a while. But I know how it looks, man. I know it looks insane.
Yeah, dude. I'm just going to, like, spice in a picture of you from high school. So people watch this, they'll see.
Oh, man. Don't do drugs.
That's what did it.
I think so.
You think so?
I mean...
Wait, what... I mean,
well,
this is a good let's get fired question.
Okay.
What are all the drugs you have done?
I actually really haven't done that many drugs. Marijuana, salvia, mushrooms, acid, cocaine. Yeah, that's it.
It's not
it's not that many things.
The worst one's definitely cocaine.
You mean the best one? Oh, and Adderall.
And Adderall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because one time a guy gave me an Adderall, and then I had like 19 beers that night. That was sick as hell, man.
Dude, you should get on Adderall just so you can get drunk extra hard.
Yeah, I think I might have to be done with alcohol, man.
Dude, Adderall has to be like steroids for baseball. Like, Adderall is like the steroids for alcoholics. It's like...
Well, especially if you're drinking beer, man. Because, like, the reason that you stop drinking if you're, like, getting hammered on beer is because you just get sleepy. So if you don't get sleepy, man, you can just fucking keep going.
Dude, Adderall will keep you going. When I was in... Dude, like, before I really, like, understood the side effects, like, the way the drug worked, because, like, when I was in high school, I took Focalin, which was, like, a way more hardcore version of Adderall. At least for me, because I've taken regular Adderall, but Focalin was like, and it was like a family member of Ritalin, and the reason it got prescribed to me is because the side effects were supposed to be not as bad.
Yeah.
But, dude, it was way hardcore. Like, the first, like, couple hours was, like, very euphoric every morning when I was, like, in school. The first few hours, I felt, like, a real warm feeling in my chest, and I just, like, dude, I was literally high. That's what it was. And then I would just do homework for hours. But I remember one time, like, I didn't understand that, oh, this keeps me awake. So before I had that understanding, one time I was working on homework, and I hadn't taken any all day. And so I took it at 6 o'clock at night. Dude, I didn't fall asleep till 8 in the morning the next day.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's definitely not good for you, man. It's should definitely not give that to children.
Yeah. No, dude, it's insane. It is crazy that my parents were just like, yeah, we'll take this prescription meth. I think people understand the harms of, like, pharmaceutical drugs now, though. Yeah. Like, when we were in high school, it really was just like, if a doctor said you can take it, then it's fine. Yeah. And, like, no one would ever, like, question it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't think they even really knew about CTE when we were in high school. No. And that really wasn't that long ago, man.
Yeah, dude, you never experienced this because you didn't play football our senior year. But our senior year, they had us take concussion tests. at the beginning of the year where we weren't concussed. And so then if we did get concussed, we would have to retake the test. So we had a baseline in their system for like how we did on the test when we weren't concussed.
Yeah.
And then so if we did get our head smashed in, they would have us retake the test so they could determine how bad the concussion was. But before our senior year, they never even mentioned concussions like a single time.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I was a defensive lineman, and that was we were taught to like spear with our heads, like go head first when we tackled people, which is fucking nuts.
Dude, I was a really skinny, really undersized receiver.
Yeah,
and
the delicate feminine frame
who like didn't get a lot of playing time in games, and then in practice I would just like catch passes across the middle and get destroyed. Dude, I remember one time I caught a pass across the middle in practice, and Dustin Johnson came in just head to head, just smacked me so hard.
Oh man, yeah, that was the best, dude. Like, you remember Oklahoma drills?
Yeah,
that was my favorite thing about football, man.
But I don't think they still do those.
Probably not, dude. That's like, dude, can you imagine like going back even further? But like for sure from our era, how many guys our age now murdered their wives because of Oklahoma drills?
Oh, dude, those were fun. I mean, nothing would get my blood flowing more than getting put into one of those because, like, I was a smaller dude, so I was like, my heart was wanting to jump out of my chest because I'm like, I'm going to die. Right. And they almost always made me the ball carrier. So
yeah, that's the worst thing to be in an Oklahoma drill.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I remember one time during one of those drills, I was a ball carrier. I don't know why they switched it up, but I was like, it's kind of like, a guy who like maybe like slaps his wife around and then she slaps him back one time and he's like, hey, this really hurts.
Yeah, dude, that wasn't fun. I mean, it was fun. I didn't mind. The thing was, I didn't mind getting hit, which was why I liked playing. My favorite thing in football is to catch a ball or have a ball in my hands. So, like, being a ball carrier was my favorite thing because if you have the ball in your hands, you have a chance at scoring. And scoring is, like, the coolest thing you can do in football.
Sure.
But, I mean, if you're a small dude and you don't get a lot of playing time during games, and then in practice you're just, like, the tackling dummy for
yeah. Well,
it was rough.
Despite all the wife murders that happened because of it, I'm glad that we're not in high school now. Well, I'm for sure glad that we didn't end up being in high school like 10 years from now, because in the 30s, for sure, high school players are all going to have to wear those big fucking foam things around their helmets.
Dude, they're already wearing them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, they wear like the giant marshmallows around their helmets.
I mean, that's like too much safety. Like, how valuable is your brain really? I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah. Well, at this point, they've been so public with concussions that like the NFL can't get sued anymore. Because, like, now it's at the point where, like, all the players know what they're getting into. Yeah. But, like, in the 90s and, like, when we were, like, in high school and middle school, like, the NFL was, like, actively covering up how bad head injuries were from football.
Oh, yeah, dude. Well, it's an evil organization. I mean, I really do think that.
So, kind of on, beating your wife because of CTE. Yeah. If there was one person you could punch in the face and get away with it and have zero consequences for doing it, who would it be?
What's your grandma's name again?
She's dead.
Okay. So I can't resurrect your grandma and punch her and send her back to hell. I can't. Okay. One person in the world, punch in the face, get away with it. I don't know, man. I'm not really a violent person. You know what I mean? I don't condone that. I mean, what do you want me to say? Like, Rosa Parks for starting all that ruckus, you know? That's not me, man. I think black people are equal to us.
Dude, I'd pick Pope Francis.
Pope Francis. That would be pretty
you could
fun.
Just haul off on Pope Francis.
Dude, that would be...
Watch him fall backwards.
Oh, man, yeah, you could kill him. You could kill him with a punch.
That'd be fun.
Oh, dude. Okay, I actually... So going off of that, reminds me of the old person I would punch to death with one punch. It's the Buddha, man.
Buddha?
Or not Buddha. What's
the
Dalai
Dalai
Lama?
Lama?
Yeah. Dude, you see that video?
I heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
It's fucking crazy. I mean, I think that he's just old and he's losing his brain. But, like, he had a little kid suck on his tongue.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh, man. When he dies, we're going to find out he's just getting his dick sucked by all the sweet, beautiful young boys.
Dude, that's a crazy, crazy thing. Isn't the Dalai Lama supposed to be like someone who's like reincarnated too? So they believe that this person's just like holy and they keep coming back and back and back.
Yeah. Oh, you know what's really cool and progressive about him? He said that he might come back as a woman next time. So it's pretty chill.
Dude. And then next time he's like, some chick is going to be like, I'm going to come back as trans. And then it's just men again.
Oh, dude. Okay. So, Dalai Lama. Punch him right in his whore face.
Dude.
Taking all those sweet, beautiful boys for
How
himself.
does the Dalai Lama dress?
I mean, I think probably sometimes he dresses like in a t-shirt, but I think most of the time he's wearing those orange robes. I don't know. Am I racist? I feel like that's a thing.
I think that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to see. Because wearing those robes would be really funny to punch him while he's wearing that. Dude, just punching that dude.
Dude, hell yeah.
Just, ooh.
And then you have to bow to him afterwards.
You just punch him all off on him and then bow.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Oh, man. You know what's funny? The last time I did this, there's like, I was not worried at all that someone I worked with would see it and I get fired. But I have like a corporate job now. I'm like, oh man, I might get fired. If
Dude,
sees this.
What's funny though? I mean, morally, is it bad to kill him? If you believe that he just reincarnates, he's just gonna be back.
That is true.
He's just gonna be back tomorrow.
It's true. It's not quite the same as murdering a normal person. Also, he's getting pretty old, you know?
Yeah.
Might be doing him a favor.
Yeah, and he's going to be a woman. He's going to...
Oh, man, that would be so sweet for him.
Has the Dalai Lama ever been a woman?
I don't think so, dude. I mean, I don't know a lot about Buddhism, so maybe I'm wrong.
Is it Buddhism? I don't even know what the Dalai Lama is.
Yeah, it's... yes, I'm going to say yes, it is Buddhism.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is, that's a... You know, Buddhism's an interesting one. I don't really know a lot about it. I'm sure it's a fine religion. But that's like really boring ladies who are like high school, college age. That's like a thing they'll say to try to sound interesting. Like, I'm actually a Buddhist.
Yeah, dude, I hate that.
They
know nothing about... They know as much as I do about Buddhism.
I like to smoke pot and stare at the river. So, I'm like very spiritual.
Dude, we've been trashing young college-age women this whole podcast.
Dude, it's because we're the patriarchy, man, and we fucking hate women that think for themselves and are unique and powerful. We gotta crush them down.
Well, that's...
That's what I say. Drew is a pussy, and he doesn't want to upset women, but... Yes.
Yeah,
come on, Drew, just say it. Say it with me. Crush women.
I think this bit has ran its course, dude. I think...
You're right.
No, that's crazy. The Dalai Lama. I didn't even know anything about it, so I want to find out there's a bit there about it reincarnating as a woman.
Yeah. I think the thing with him too, dude, is like he's just really old and he doesn't know what's going on anymore. Like, I think he's probably not a pedophile. I think that like when the kid sucked on his tongue, he just got confused.
Have they ever had a non-Asian Dalai Lama?
Probably not, dude. I think it's pretty much only been Indians and Chinese guys.
Dude, he should reincarnate as a black dude. That'd be fun.
Yeah, a lot of black Buddhists. That's true.
Dude, we had a substitute teacher in high school who said he was Buddhist. I don't know if you remember Mr. Waters. I remember every time we'd be pumped when he was a sub for any class because he just didn't give a shit at all.
Yeah. I don't remember that guy. He sounds awful, though.
But that's when I thought a white dude saying they were Buddhist was cool. And so I was like, dude, Mr. Waters is sick. He was like almost 70 and said he was Buddhist.
Oh, man. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, dude.
It's the worst.
No, dude, I bet if I hung out with him now, I would hate him. But
I mean, he's probably dead now.
At the time,
he was 70.
Dude, we thought he was cool.
No, you know who was cool, man? It was the woodshop teacher. That guy was sick as hell, man.
Dude, he was so funny.
It's a little drunk Welsh guy. Didn't give a fuck about anything. Dude, I smoked so much pot in that class. Like, I think he would care sometimes. Like, there was a kid, Crew, I think. It doesn't matter. He came in one time and he threw his coffee mug at him. He's like, "You smell like dope, ain't it?"
Dude, I remember one time he like lost it on this kid who couldn't figure out how to use the bandsaw. And he just screamed at him and was like, "You're worthless. You're absolutely worthless." And then he was like, "Class, what is he?" And the whole class was like, "Worthless." Yeah, dude, that was the best teacher at that school. Dude, he taught woodshop there when my mom went to high school at U High.
Yeah.
That's how long he'd been there.
Oh, man. Yeah, that guy was the best.
Dude, so next question here. Who are your top 5 worst humans of all time?
Top 5? Jesus Christ. Top 5 worst humans of all time. I don't know. Winston Churchill.
Ava Braun.
No.
She got Hitler to kill himself.
That is true. Okay, you know what? You're right. Ava Braun. Winston Churchill, Ava Braun. Martin Luther King. Abraham Lincoln. And... what was your grandma's name again?
That will be funny. I'll clip that out.
Yeah.
Well,
right. we don't know which grandma I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, man. So, last question here.
Okay.
If you could wipe one country off the face of the earth with a nuke, which country would it be?
Israel.
Israel. Was that who you picked last time?
You didn't ask me this last time.
Oh, I didn't?
Yeah.
You just want to get all the Jews.
I didn't say that. Just saying.
What's the population of Israel?
I have no idea.
Let me look.
I'm going to guess 90 million.
Dude, that's way too high.
Maybe.
Dude,
8 million.
9 million.
I was only off by a few.
Again, 3 million more this time, huh?
I mean, I didn't say anything. I'm just saying the world might be a more peaceful place. So.
Boom. All right, dude. Well, thanks for doing this.
Sure.
I think this was a fun episode.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good.
It was a good time. All right.
You're fired.